Well, first things first, you drive a Honda Civic. What do you keep in the back? Just jars of your own shit?
In the back?
Yeah.
No, I actually keep jars of piss in the back. Shit goes
Oh,
in the back seat.
oh, smart man. Okay, well, on that note, hello everyone. Welcome to the VHS podcast. Tonight, I'm your host, Venom Jew Bear, and joined with me is, as always, Heroicus and Six Foot.
Hey.
It's
So tonight we have a very light discussion about something that we all love, something important to a movie going experience, popcorn. Now, I don't know how exactly we're going to start this one, so I'm just going to ask, how much butter do you like on your popcorn?
Uh,
not a whole ton, just enough, I guess.
Same. Like I don't like well, we can get to that later in the episode when we debate this, or if there even needs to be a debate at this point, because I actually, same thing, don't like a lot of butter on my popcorn. And those that like fucking drown their popcorn in butter, I mean, like it's it's tasty for like the first, maybe few handfuls or so. But otherwise it's like not only is it like a shit ton of calories that are unnecessary, but I mean when you're watching a movie, you don't care. It's like a fucking it's an experience.
Yeah,
Going to a movie theater, getting a big thing of popcorn and, just eating it, making a bunch of noise, pissing off the people around you while their fucking mutts are running around the theater and they bitch at you for eating popcorn.
So you slap one of their kids?
Yeah, just feed them the fucking kernels and let them choke on it. That's how you get back at them. Anyway,
interesting.
Heroicus, I think you were about to say something.
So yeah, I don't like a ton of butter, just lightly done. I don't want it, wet, because it'll just get ruined very easily.
Okay,
Okay.
so here's the thing. I am the opposite to both of you. I love my popcorn drenched in butter. And the thing is, what's worse is I like it when it sits a little bit and you go back to it and the butter has like caked the popcorn.
So like
It's
you mean like when the butter like solidifies, you mean?
yeah.
Hmm.
It sounds gross and it is, but it's delicious. My dad and us had a tradition where we would go to the movie theater and we would eat some of the popcorn, but then we would save some so we could bring it home, let the butter solidify on it, and then eat it the next day.
And then you eat it.
And then you eat it.
So wait, so like did they just let you walk out of the theater with the popcorn like at the end of the movie? Like you just leave and
I mean,
because I mean just because I don't know, Brocus, you work in a movie theater, so like are people or like are the employees like supposed to be strict about like I mean I know like sometimes like they're pretty strict about what you take in to the theater with you, but do they really care like what you leave with? Like if it were like there were like what was left of popcorn, Brocus? Oh, he's probably dead. But anyway, uh, continue, Venom.
well, I think not because I've walked out of movies with a large soda and a popcorn before, and
Hmm.
taken it to a car and driven away. So I feel like it wouldn't be unless this is a new regulation you're talking about and I'm unaware.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know, just because I don't know. I don't go to the theater. Like the only time I go to the theaters are like if a new, well, at this point, if a new Marvel movie comes out, like if a new Star Wars movie comes out, but that hasn't happened since like before COVID. Damn, it's been that long. What the fuck? But anyway,
I know.
But oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say it was very interesting to see how all the Marvel shit's now going to Disney Plus. Almost, it's a coronavirus coincidentally made streaming hotter than ever.
Yeah, for better or for worse. I mean, it's a shame how bad the fucking movie theater industry was hit because that was one thing I really didn't want to fucking die. Is just traditional like movie theaters where you go in because fucking streaming services like it killed network TV. Well, not killed it, but like it's killing it, I should say. Um, I don't know. I'm a little bit set in my ways with things. I like what I know. So the fact that streaming, like, it killed Blockbuster, it killed fucking like some of those rental things. It killed fucking like it's killing like the traditional. Although now streaming services are like doing the like because Netflix. What Netflix did was release an entire fucking season of a show that was like an original thing like Stranger Things. So it was kind of killing the release an episode each week. Same time each week, like you anticipate, and then Netflix was like, "All right, no, we're doing this," but now it seems like we're kind of going back to that. But anyway, I'm on a tangent now. But
Yeah,
I
I
forgot where, I
understand.
forgot where I was going with this.
It's okay. I just let it trail off because it was interesting. Yeah, they are bringing it back. For instance, Kenobi, they're feeding us an episode every Wednesday,
And then you eat it.
and then you eat it. Obi-Wan Kenobi War. I mean, what? We need to get back on topic.
So I guess while we're on the subject still of movie theater butter popcorn, apparently somebody found the secret to like how I guess there's something about the way movie theater popcorn, I should say, tastes. And I think somebody figured it out. It's like apparently they take the salt and they like grind it up almost to like a powder. And I mean, yeah, really. That's it. And then, of course the butter, the powder, or I mean the salt that's like in the consistency of a powder now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, they use a specific salt and they use a specific oil. It's not even real butter, if I remember correctly. It's just like a really well done imitation butter.
Makes sense because they're gonna cut corners wherever they can.
Hmm. Plus, because it's all chemicals and shit, you don't have to worry about it ever going bad.
Yeah. Or at least, yeah, it'll take longer to go bad, I guess.
Yeah. Honestly, I would like to one day take the salt and the oil and replicate movie theater popcorn because honestly, kind of going back to the tangent you're having, that is one of the integral experiences to a movie experience is the popcorn almost and the theater itself. And
Yeah.
so I don't want the theaters to go away either because it's just like drive-in theaters were killed, and that was sad. They're still around here and there, but not as big as the big ass theaters. And I don't want to see the big ass theaters die.
Yeah. Although I remember this was back in like 2020 though. I remember hearing like now and then I would hear on the news like, oh, drive-in movies are like starting to make a little bit of a comeback, because COVID, like, you don't have to leave your car. I mean, it was technically like a socially distanced, I guess you would say, activity. You know, everybody can go watch a movie, but like you're contained in your car, you're not spreading the virus like if you have the virus or like you're in your own vehicle, like it's basically your own little fucking quarantine cell, I guess.
Yeah, I could see how that would work. So maybe that That would be so weird if it kills like the big theater and then brings back drive-in. Almost kind of like how video killed radio, and then now podcasts are killing video.
Video killed the radio. God, I fucking hate that song.
I'm
know.
back. I'm back.
Oh, bro, guess we went on like 3 different tangents while you were
I
gone.
know. I could hear it all. I just had to do something. So,
Uh,
I'm going to
Imagine
try
having
to
to do something.
fucking kill yourself. Anyways, so 6 foot. What you initially asked, it sounded like you asked, do movie theaters have any issue with you like taking your popcorn out? Like,
Yeah, like if you don't eat all of it, like
yeah,
if you were to like,
you paid for it. The only place I've ever seen where they don't want you to do that is Five Guys. They don't like people taking peanuts off site just because it's a very common allergy, and you know they just don't want people to get sick. But
I mean, that kind of makes sense, I guess.
what I used to do at my theater when I worked there is you could buy a large popcorn and they would allow one free refill. So I would go see a movie, and then on the way out I would get a refill of my drink and my popcorn. The drink I would just use to have some more soda, but usually I just take the popcorn home and just give it to my sister or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we would get entire bags of popcorn because theaters will over pop their popcorn just to get the smell pumped into the system.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll have a lot extra. They'll usually bag it up in just basically a clear a clear trash bag, and they store that in the back. Usually some places actually pick that up, like, churches or some other gatherings. Sometimes I'll take them maybe to uh, an elderly home or something.
Mm-hmm.
And, this stuff's good for like a day or two, and then it just gets stale. So,
I think that was kind of, you're kind of touching on like something Venom was saying a few minutes ago, like how
yeah.
long it actually lasts.
Yeah, if you would just made popcorn with no butter, salt, or anything, it would probably last a bit more, I would think. But once you add the salt and everything, yeah, it's a few days before it gets stale.
Hmm.
Venom, if you wanted to make the popcorn home, thing is, the oil is pretty much doesn't matter. It's just regular old vegetable oil. Um, the seeds also don't really matter. You could buy a bag of the seeds they use, but it's not really that much of a difference. But what you want to do is get what's called flavacol. That is the salt that they use, and the person I worked with called it a butter salt because it has like a buttery taste to it, and it doesn't just look like regular old white salt. It's like kind of like an orangey color. And what you do with it, you have to kind of like play with it yourself, depending on like what machine you have. But you don't put this on afterwards because it's very strong. What you do is you see for us we have a whirly pop machine, which is like it's manual. You have to crank it yourself, and you'll put in however much popcorn you're making, your oil, and then you also pour in like so much salt, and you don't really need a whole lot if you're just making a batch for yourself. And it will mix as you're turning it. It gets over all the popcorn kernels, and once it's popped, all the popcorn's got some coating on it. So that's how it's done.
what kind of oil?
And when we would do it at the theater, we would have, obviously they have this massive machine. they would have basically a cup that was like the size of a McDonald's, large cup, and they would get that full of seeds, I think, dump that in, and then there was actually no, you'd have that, and I think then you had probably just a regular full cup, a measuring cup of the salt, and then they pour that right into the large cup, and then dump that into the machine, and that was one batch. They would just make popcorn all freaking day. It was amazing. That was one thing when I worked Wednesdays doing maintenance. Is I would come in at 9 in the morning, and I was cleaning all the stuff upstairs. The sound towers. I'd clean the projection windows and everything. And about, I want to say 10:30 or so, I would start smelling the popcorn because the first two like openers would come in, and one of them would uh, one did certain setup, and the other one would just make a bunch of popcorn to get started because we would open at like 11, and that popcorn smell would just travel upstairs, and I'd just suddenly smell it, and we're like, oh, the first batch of the day.
Smells really fresh and salty and good, right?
Oh yeah, and what's great is, I'd come downstairs, I could just grab a spare plate from the back and just, get some fresh off, to try. So it was pretty good.
Hell yeah.
And we'll have to, I do have plans for a Blockbuster episode. I might have said it before, but
You might have.
streaming isn't what directly killed Blockbuster. Blockbuster kind of killed itself because it was like Netflix offered, Blockbuster the chance to join them, partner up, and Blockbuster said no, and that it wasn't gonna.
I thought I
Netflix was gonna
remember.
die. Netflix
I
was gonna die in like a fucking year or something, and well, that's not what happened.
thought I remember hearing something though, like Blockbuster did try their own streaming, but it was like just very badly done, and they just kind of gave it up right away. I could be a
Eh,
little bit wrong about that, but that's just what I thought I heard.
I don't know.
Like they tried their own version of like video streaming, and yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So, uh, I guess since we're talking about popcorn, I wanted to ask, do you guys have any particular favorite brands? Like aside from just movie theater popcorn,
Yeah.
do you like Pop Secret or Orville Redenbacher's or anything
Those are
else?
both good.
Yes, I agree. They're both good.
I don't know. Pop Secret. I mean, yeah, I like them both. I think I like Orville's more. It just tastes less fake to me. I don't know how to explain it.
Plus, that dead old white guy on it.
Orville, yeah.
Yeah. He's probably rotting in hell and smiling, though, because you're buying his popcorn.
I don't know. He might be in heaven fucking shitting popcorn on like parts of the world. I don't know.
That sounds nice.
Like he's literally just on a fucking cloud and he's just like shitting popcorn,
Damn.
like feeding it to like various countries.
Wow. What a saint.
Yeah, it's kind of kinky.
It is, yeah. So we've covered the traditional buttered popcorn, but let's venture into the little more quote quote exotic popcorns like kettle corn, caramel corn,
Oh, okay.
cheese corn.
I want Yeah, now that you mentioned that, I want to go back to the movie theater thing for just 1 second here. I remember it was when did the Speed Racer movie come out? Like the fucking the Kachowski at the time, Kachowski brothers. Is that their names? Um, You know the Speed Racer movie I'm talking about, the live action one from like
Yeah.
a little over 10 years ago. Um, my dad and I were going to see that, and like the theater we went to at the time, I don't know what they were. I forget like that. I think like they were offering like some moviegoers like they were like giving samples of like some. I don't know if it was like some new popcorn that they were trying to sell, or I'm not sure what they were doing, or like various seasonings. Like one of them was like some kind of like a cheddar thing, and this was probably stuff you could buy in stores, and I think we ended up doing so because I liked it so much. Like there was like a kettle corn seasoning, you know. I was like, oh,
Ooh,
I'll have a sample of that, and I fucking like I loved it so much that I asked my mom to like buy some next time she went to the store, like this particular kettle corn seasoning.
nice.
I forget the brand, but I could probably like if I found a picture of it, I could probably like or I'm trying to say like I could probably identify it by like what the packaging looks like.
I think
So,
I might know what you're talking about.
Huh?
Here, let me post. I'm gonna take a screenshot. Then I'm gonna post it in which chat is this? Podcast chat. Are they these?
Uh, I think so. That looks about right. Yeah, they were essentially doing samples of like their popcorn with it had to have been like like the nacho cheddar, kettle corn. I mean, the packaging didn't quite look like that, but I mean, like I said, this was like a little over 10 years ago, so they've probably since updated their packaging.
6 foot. Did you say earlier the Kachowski brothers? I think you mean the Wachowskis.
Wachowski, whatever. You know the fuck I'm talking about. Don't fucking yeah. Fucking make fun of me while you're cackling and coughing your fucking ass out.
Fucking Kachowskis. What are they like? They must be like big fans of the Cars movie.
Ka-chow!
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised in the Cars universe if the Wachowskis are known as the Kachowskis. It's just two, visionary directors that are obsessed with Lightning McQueen.
Sounds about right.
That's a horrible thought. Um, so what were we going back? Oh, let's go back to the question of the popcorn flavors.
Or or okay, I was getting on like brands, but yeah, we can go to flavors now as well. Or yeah, whatever. Let's do it anyway. I already forgot.
Fuck it, let's
Brands,
do it live.
flavors. Yeah, let's do it live. Damn it.
So the only other flavor besides like regular that I like would be you can get it white cheddar popcorn from I think it's the Wise brand or something like that.
Oh, is it like WEIS or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Ooh, excuse me. Is it like the generic brand that they have, or
Yeah, it's just their regular flavor.
excuse me?
That reminds me, there's a cheddar popcorn that I like. Let me see if I can get it. I think he actually mentioned it in one of the snack episodes, but this is the Smart Food white cheddar popcorn.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Oh yeah. Wait,
Oh, okay.
is that the? Yeah. I've had that. Like that used to be a favorite of mine. Like, as a kid, sort of.
I get it, from time to time.
Like especially like long car rides. You know, of course, like we'd pack like a couple of snacks, like for me and my sister. So that was. I think my sister liked it more than I did, but I mean, I liked it too. Yeah.
Uh,
How many different flavors of the Smart Food popcorn are there? Because I don't think it's just the white cheddar. I feel like they gotta have at least one more.
hey, look,
They, I remember they had one that was like, no, I don't know. Let me look at this real quick.
it looks like they do. Yes, there's a sea salt one. There's some abominations. There's a sweet and salty caramel.
Ooh.
There's I keep seeing this advertisement for this candy popcorn, that Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah,
What the
no.
hell?
And
That
then,
sounds.
then, oh, sorry, what?
I was gonna say that sounds like something we should do an episode on. Trying
No,
this
Honestly,
fucking abomination.
no.
there is one that does sound delicious. There's a Cinnamon Toast Crunch popcorn.
Yeah,
Ew, what the fuck?
that could be all right.
Because the thing is it's Cinnamon Toast Crunch. With this fucking heroicus, you're a whore. You have no taste buds.
Yeah,
You want to
Heroicus is
try
a whore.
popcorn that's flavored like a fucking cereal. That's not
Yeah,
fucking good taste buds. That's bad.
well,
Bad opinion.
Heroicus, you like Supernatural, so go fuck
Y-
yourself.
It's a good show. You
I'm just
like
fucking
fucking
with you.
Nickelback. You're one
Yeah,
to talk.
Nickelback is the best fucking rock band ever.
No, it's not.
Then fucking kiss my ass.
No, I don't think I will.
Dude, listen to
Nickelback is the pineapple on pizza of bands.
yeah, pineapple on pizza is fucking great.
No, it's not.
Dude,
It's
fucking
fucking trash.
all right, meet me at fucking in the alley at 9:02 p.m. We'll fucking duke it out then.
It's 9:05.
It's 7:30 right now, you dipshit.
Ah, trying to gatekeep me now, huh?
It is. I'll fucking take a picture of the clock right now. But
Madam,
anyway, so
you're posting these in the wrong chat.
yeah, just realized.
but anyway, so while I'm thinking of this, so back on topic, there's a we haven't gotten it in a little while. I think again, it's like my sister seems to love like snack popcorn or like what like popcorn like pre-popped that comes in the bags. I guess we'll call it that. Like not the kind that you pop yourself. There's this stuff called like Boom Chicka Pop. I think is what it's a stupid name, but I think it's supposed to be like quote unquote healthier popcorn, as in like less fucking butter and salt and whatever the fuck.
Oh, I've had this. Yes.
Um yeah, like their kettle corn's actually pretty damn good. I don't know, I seem to like kettle corn, but popcorn's one of those things where I love it, but at the same time it's not something I should have too often because it's like just a lot of empty calories. I mean,
Holy shit.
if you're eating a whole bag by yourself, then yeah, but if you have like a bowl, so what?
You mentioned the music of pop. That actually reminds me. There's this one flavor of theirs that is actually really good. It's a white chocolate and peppermint kettle corn, and they serve it during the holidays.
Ooh, okay, okay, I might have to try that.
Whew. My dad and we bought like 4 packs and ate it within a day.
All right, just to yeah, there we go. Yep, took a picture of it. So when the holidays come, I will make it a point to look for this shit and try it, and then I'll eat it. But let's see what else. I'm not going to be able to do this in any other episode probably, so I'm just going to share this little memory I have with popcorn. Have you guys ever had like stovetop popcorn?
Yeah.
I remember, of all places, and occasions for this to happen. My 6th grade science teacher was, um, I mean, to say he was a rule breaker is probably a little bit harsh because he wasn't, well, um, he was kind of like the cool teacher that like would do shit that, he could get in trouble for. And I mean, eventually he did. But he was kind of like the teacher. He was like the unconventional, cool teacher that didn't care as much about the rules, but he still would teach. Like, for instance, um, I think like so I had this teacher for 6th grade and 8th grade science. I remember in 8th grade science, I forget what he was demonstrating exactly. It was like some physics thing or whatever. I don't know if it was. I don't think it was terminal velocity, but what he did was he took a fucking old ass computer, like computer tower, stood up on a desk, like held it like arm's length out, and then he just fucking dropped it onto the floor, and it broke into like several fucking like into a dozen pieces. But like that's the kind of shit I'm talking about.
Ooh, I see.
Nobody got hurt, of course. Like we all like stood back like just far enough so that like nothing could have like. But anyway, I remember in 6th grade, like he was showing us a movie. I think it was like uh Dante's Inferno. It was like I don't know. It was like about a volcano erupting, and he skipped the part where some guy's bare ass was showing, which was kind of disappointing. But like I think it was for this movie, he on like the fucking uh what are they called? Like they're not Bunsen burners. They're like they're like tiny little they're like tiny little not stovetops, I forget what they're called exactly, like the kind you have in the classroom to like heat water or something, like little beakers. He literally made fucking stovetop popcorn on one of those things, and he gave us all fucking popcorn, like all the students in the class for watching watching this fucking movie.
That's awesome.
This guy was fucking awesome. It's too bad he got fired
For what?
for how he demonstrated the Doppler effect. He literally like took the class outside, he got in his car and just like, the street like the main street that our school was just off of, like this guy literally got in his car, drove out onto the main road, drove and then turned around and then he fucking floored it going 80 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And this was all to demonstrate the Doppler effect somehow. I guess like, the sound of his engine revving. But, of course some fucking dumbass student complained to their dumbass fucking parent, and I guess he got fired over that. Although that had to have been like the final straw, because I'm sure he's gotten complaints before.
Oh
Like
yeah.
this is the same teacher that, if you remember from the Christmas movies episode, this was the same teacher that let us watch Christmas and the Cranks, or Christmas with the Cranks rather.
Ooh. I wasn't there for that episode, so this is news to me.
Oh, so you haven't watched it yet either? Damn.
I'm hibernating all the time. So one thing I wanted to bring up with the flavors of the popcorn, on the topic of the popcorn flavors, is those tins that have all the popcorn flavors in them? Like you have the one with the cheese, you have the one with the white cheddar, you have the caramel corn, you have this and that. Do you guys remember those tins?
Uh, I don't think so. Maybe if you post a picture.
Yeah, I
Okay, let me.
remember them.
But anyway, what about him?
Oh, I just throughout the years of my life always would get those around Christmas. Usually because that's when they sell them. But I just associate that with the holidays, and here is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we would get stuff like that. We haven't gotten them in like maybe the last 10 years or so, but I remember, yeah, getting stuff like I forget who would give it to us or like how we got it, but yeah, we would get those and it was awesome. Yeah, 'cause it's like, I mean, it looks like caramel corn, maybe some like nacho cheese, maybe kettle, and then it's a little hard to tell from the picture.
yeah, depends on what's in there, and yeah. The thing is I bet you could even find a site that lets you decide what kinds of popcorn you can put in the tin. I would not be surprised if that exists. If not, then we can bring that idea to Shark Tank.
Yeah, and then we're gonna get fucking like they're gonna take the tin, they're gonna eat it, and then each of the fucking investors are gonna just get shit in it, and then tell us, and then they're gonna say like, we'll invest this much.
You're taking this shit in the tin?
Yeah,
Oh, oh, so
like
it's
that.
not like a symbolic thing.
Well, it's both symbolic as well as this is how much we're willing to invest into your product.
A shit ton, more like it. Um,
Yeah.
uh, that would be an episode of Shark Tank I would watch.
If they did that on Shark Tank, I would actually tune in and watch it.
Exactly. So, Heroic, have you ever sit in a popcorn tin like the people on Shark Tank?
No,
Damn, you're not living until you have.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want to in the future?
no.
All right, party
Damn.
pooper, or rather, not party non-pooper, because you refuse to poop in a popcorn tin because you're no fun.
Kill yourself.
So, trying to think if I've got anything else. I mean, as far as like other brands, I mean, probably the only other brands I can think of are like exclusive to where I live. Uh,
Ooh, tell
somewhat.
us about them then.
I'll do it fucking when we stop recording.
Okay. I have one.
Ah, gatekeeping this,
Yeah, go shut your whore mouth.
gatekeeping this,
You're the
information from
fucking
the audience.
gatekeeper. Fucking,
Ironic.
fucking I guarantee, like, most places in the U.S., or probably anywhere in the world, really, but most places in the U.S. have awesome popcorn that's local to them. Especially in the Midwest, I'm sure, like, they probably grow that shit, like, locally, and, it's probably awesome.
They grow that shit locally. You mean corn?
Yeah, the corn that they end up using to make the popcorn with.
Is there like a designated state that does the corn, or did they just take the? Never mind. That was a dumb
I think
question.
you're overthinking it.
And they elect a certain state that distributes the corn for popcorn. The president fucking blesses it and everything.
I mean, the
Blesses it.
Midwest is like a lot of the Midwest is like farmland or whatever.
Yeah, it's just corn and hill people.
Hmm.
Um, it's so my parents, we at one point started a theater, and we had the coconut oil and the salt for the popcorn, but it was the wrong kind, and I just did not like it. But
Ooh.
yeah, we would always make it, and we had a little popcorn maker where it steam up and have all the popcorn come out, and it would make the entire lobby smell like the popcorn.
You actually just brought back a memory, I think. So it was like this was about 10, I think it was about 10 years ago or so. Like my dad was trying to lose weight, and I think for some reason he ended up, well, I know why actually, but it was like for some reason he thought getting this, I don't know if he actually got it or not, but like he was definitely like talking to us about like he's gonna get this like popcorn popper, which it sounds kind of dumb because the microwave can do that for you, but like somehow this was supposed to be like a healthier way to make popcorn or something. Like you could just add as much butter or salt as you wanted to like plain kernels, I think.
Well, yeah, that's going to come out healthier than shit that you put in the microwave.
Like I think that was the idea behind it. I don't know if he actually got it. If he did, I don't think he must have gotten rid of it if he actually got it because but um I mean, yeah, he did lose weight though. Not through that,
Well,
but you know. But dude, no, he actually like recently like he weighs less than I do now because I mean his secret was just cutting carbs, like carbs and sugar. Like he barely exercises. He just cut out carbs and sugar, and you know he lost like fucking 30 pounds or something crazy.
wow, that's pretty good. You
But
heard it
yeah,
here, folks.
and he's still like this guy drinks more liquor than I do. Like I drink beer. He drinks like fucking vodka and rum, and he still lost weight, which isn't fair.
Cry about it.
I, but yeah, I got nothing else. Do you guys have anything?
I do not.
All right, everyone. I think that we've had enough of each other for today. So let's wrap it up.
Okay.
So thank you, everyone, for joining us on this day to hear us rant about popcorn and miscellaneous. Tune in next time to hear us talk about whatever episode's coming out next. Thank
And
you for tuning in.
let us
What?
know in the comment. Sorry, I was gonna say, and let us know in the comments what popcorn either recommendations, brands you like, or anything related to popcorn that you guys have. That's all I got.
Heroica?
You know they
Heroica?
won't.
What?
You know they won't.
Yeah, they never do. Fucking asshole viewers.
We can have hope, kind of. Fuck you, viewers. Please comment, or we're just gonna keep harassing you guys.
We know you only
Heroica's
watch like the
fun on
first
your
5 minutes of each episode and then tune off.
Yeah. Better watch out, or you're gonna have a popcorn tin full of shit on your driveway. Okay, we need to leave before we start threatening the audience more. Goodbye, everyone.
Thanks for listening, assholes.